Hi, K Strings here. Welcome to today's lesson. So in today's lesson, I'll be talking about worship guitar, and in this first part, we'll be learning how to play some ambient guitar like you saw me play at the beginning of the video. I mean the swells, this kind of sound. This series, this worship guitar series, I'm going to have several parts, so we don't have two lengthy videos, right? So in this first part, we're focusing on how to play, the technique behind playing swells, and in the next part, probably we'll look at how to approach soloing, or probably in the next part, we'll see how to set our tones. In the next part, which is going to be part 3, we'll look at how to improvise or how to approach little stuffs you need to know, right? It's not really hard, and let's get right into the lesson. So I'm playing this in the key of F major. Don't worry, in the next part I'll show you the settings I'm using for this patch, but just know that this is a distorted sound, not fully distorted, kind of overdrive. It's moderately, not that hard distortion you have in your rock or metal. So yeah, that kind of sound. So I'll show you the technique involved, and for this exercise, or for this for the purpose of this video, I'm using a pedal. Let me try to show you the pedal. Using a Nox MG30 pedal, and I'm using this wireless receiver and transmitter, right? So if you want to know more about this, how I set my tones, just make sure you watch the next part, and also don't miss out on any part, right? So enough of the talking. So if you don't have a pedal, you can still achieve this. I'll show you how you can use your volume knobs just to achieve this. So the technique, it's, let me just play a note, which is my F note. So you'll notice I'm adding vibratos, I'm adding subtle vibratos, and you'll notice the way I set my tones, you hear some delay and some what's it called, some delays and some, okay, yeah, you'll hear some delays and you hear some reverb. I was trying to set my delay settings, right? So you notice it's not the same volume. The volume is kind of, this is the slope, it's kind of feeding, accelerating, that kind of, you can see even after I released, the delay kept on the decay time, right? So it's going to layer. If only I could show you what is going on in my pedal. Okay, let me just try to show you the technique, right? This is my expression pedal. It's also my my volume pedal. When I mean expression pedal, I can set this pedal. It's a multi-purpose pedal. It's a dual pedal. I don't know, depending on the maker of your pedal, you can have different expression pedal. You can have different pedals for assigned to different stuffs, right? So, but for this patch right here, I set this pedal. This is my volume pedal. So if it's all the way down here, right, you won't hear any tone. And if it's here all the way down, so I'm allowing the sound to pass through. So it's more like a gate. So once it's down here, I'm telling this effect to cut every sound, so I can gradually feed this sound, right? So this is basically what I'm doing. So I play notes, then I gradually feed in the signal, the volume level. So that's that effect you want to achieve. So let's demonstrate. I'll be using my pedal, so I'll be using my leg to demonstrate this. So you might not really see my leg, but just what I just showed you now, it's what I'm doing. I'm feeding in with my leg, right? So right now, no signal because it's all the way down. The pedal is all the way up rather. So I'm going to press down and gradually feed in. Did you hear that? You can do this for any note. So you can really make this come to life by adding subtle vibratos, right? What do I mean? So without vibrato, it's going to sound like this. So I'm feeding in the volume, then at the same time, so I release. So the volume is like this, going up, then sloping, then slope down, like this, then gets to the peak, then you can leave it there, then you fade down. But all of this is happening very fast. So the peak, sustain, then decay. So you can really make this come alive by adding vibrato. Do you see that? Before you feed, before you release the signal, that means before you fade out, you add vibrato. So you don't add the vibrato immediately. So you fade in the volume, then you add vibrato. This might require you to practice, right? So you practice and you develop your own style. So you realize everybody have the way they sound their vibrato. Music is a language, and the way I talk, my pattern, my speech pattern might be different from another guitarist, right? So you begin to develop your own unique style, and you may decide not to use your vibrato like with your left hand. You can decide to use your whammy bar if your guitar has a provision for whammy bar, right? You can even get more aggressive vibrato. And this sounds, the guitar really, it really talks. So you can talk, you can communicate your soul. That's the whole essence of this. So you can have that. Maybe we might have 4 parts. I'll show you how to slide. You can even slide. That kind of sound, right? So I believe you got the first approach with the pedal. So let me quickly round up this video, but before I round up, let me show you the other alternative you can do to achieve this. So this is my volume pedal, right? So right now I am assuming I'm not using any pedal. Probably I'm using with my laptop or with your other device, or maybe with your amp you have distortion, some distortion settings, delay, so you don't have a pedal, right? So, and you already have your signal set, your tone set, so this is all you have, just your guitar and the amp. So you can actually achieve the same thing. So right now I'm turning this volume all the way down. So this is the volume knob, these are the tone knobs. So my volume is all the way down, right? So now that my volume is down, no signal is coming through. So I can just fade in the same thing gradually. But this may take you practicing, like I said. In short, everything I'm sharing here requires you to practice, so you develop a good feel. So remember, you're playing with your right hand, and at the same time you want to control the volume knob. So you're like doing 2 things at the same time. So it may be overwhelming at the beginning, but when you practice, you'll soon get a good feel and you'd have that balance. So let me try to simulate the same stuff I did with the pedal, right? So I'm playing this note, this F note, then I gradually fade in and I turn down the volume knob. Can you see? I'm trying to show you what is going on. So I play, then I fade, then fade off. I fade in, then fade out. You can also add a vibrato. You can even do this for chords. So this is just to show you that you can actually achieve the same effect without a pedal. But if you have a pedal, you have kind of an advantage, and you can really do it without you having to stress yourself doing this. But in my own opinion, I would advise you learn both, just in case you don't have a pedal and you still want to achieve that kind of effect. I'm doing this without a pedal. Just right. So that's going to be all for this first part. In the next lesson, I'm going to show you. This is using distortion. I'm going to show you how to play worship guitar with ambient tone. This is a more cleaner tone compared to this. This is kind of overdrive. I use both. So don't miss out on the next part, right? So I'll see you in the next lesson. Stay tuned. I remain Faith Strings. Please, if you're here to subscribe, please click on that subscribe button. And you can also turn on the notification bell so you always stay notified each time I post new videos. I'll see you right in the next lesson. Bye.